Alright guys, well, welcome back. We're on to day number 4 here of starting to get back into the gym. 90-day spring transformation is what we're working towards here. This first week, diet-wise, haven't been worried too much about it. Kind of enjoying eating, just kind of whatever since I got home. And we're going to follow out through the rest of the weekend like that. Today's Friday, so I'm not too worried about it. Monday we're going to start cracking down on the diet. This week's just kind of been getting back to the gym, seeing how everything feels. If everything feels nice and healthy, limber, if it's tight, whatever. So today's legs. So I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and just do some simple hack squats. Nothing heavy. We're just going to look to get through the movement, make sure our mobility's good and whatnot with that. Then I'm thinking we'll probably do a glute kickback, get into the glutes since we haven't worked those any, and I'm thinking a calf raise. So 3 simple workouts today, just kind of feel out the big muscle groups here. So let's go ahead and get to it. Boy, oh boy. It's not a lot of weight there, but I can tell I feel super tight. The outer quad sweep, super tight. Glutes, hammies, they are definitely very tight. I can feel that in the hinge, way down at the bottom. Ankles are tight, so we definitely have some mobility work to be working on. That is for sure. That's going to improve though as time goes on. We took a lot of time off and we didn't do any mobility work for the hips and the ankles and stuff, which was an area of issue beforehand. So we're going to have to work back through that. It is what it is. But boy, oh boy, those feel brutal. My legs already feel lit up after just 8 reps. So let's go ahead and try to get back into the second set here. Just trying to knock these out quick, get through today's workout. It's nothing special or anything, so we don't want to take up too much time with it. We just want to make sure that we're getting through as much of range as possible. Just really getting a good stretch going. But we are trying to be explosive out of that bottom, driving back into the top. We don't want to, we're taking the descent nice and slow. We are making sure we're getting as deep as we can. The machine's bottoming out on safety lock, so that's perfect. I'll see what the form looks like in the video with my feet up here. If I need to get a little deeper, I can bring my feet further down the plate. That'll be over time, because right here I can already feel everything is pretty tight down at the bottom. So don't really want to force the increased mobility, on underweight and tension, but we will definitely be working on stretching. So, but starting to feel the quads pump up a little bit, so that's good. Now let's go ahead and get into this third set. Because man, these things suck. But I'm happy today's workout's just going to be 3 simple movements. Nothing crazy. So, won't take too long to get through it. Oh, whew. Oh boy, that was getting rough. Legs have never been my strong suit. That is for sure. But with that, I'll go ahead and get set up to do some glute kickbacks. And then I will bring you guys back since I got to move the camera and stuff around. Got the camera moved around. We've got our ankle strap Heelys on. So, now we're just going to go ahead and hit normal glute kickbacks. Nice straight leg. Looking to just pivot really only with the hip. Getting that full tension into that lower ham and glute. So, I like to get a nice little deep bend here. All right. So, other than the cable is like 2 or 3 inches too short for really to just be able to get that full swing back behind when I'm stepped back that far. So, I'm going to go ahead and try to get a little closer to this thing so that way I'm not starting so far away from it. And see what happens here. It's been a while since I've got to get back into the like setup basically. But we are just looking for nice smooth 3 sets per leg here. The 15 reps, weight's not super heavy, but can feel the complete stretch, and I can feel like the warmth through my hammies because I'm having my leg super straight, and I can feel the stretch on those. Even though we're not currently targeting those, they're tight. So bending over with that straight leg, you can feel that stretch happening. But this is definitely going to help overall with the bottom of the glute development, outer hip a little bit because I go out at a slight angle. So I can feel my lower butt cheek out into the side of the butt cheek lighting up. And it'll help give me that round squat booty over time. So nobody likes a flat ass. So that's what we're going to do to get into it. And even with today not being a very big leg day, not many sets or anything like that, I guarantee I'm going to feel this tomorrow. And it's mostly going to come from the range of motion. Because normal walking, kind of going up and down ladders, doesn't really put you in this type of stretch. And movement. So the same with like the hack squat, because your feet are so far out front of you, you're not squatting over them. Your knees are getting way up over your toes. So you get a big stretch in a way that you normally wouldn't if, say, you're just bending down or squatting down to pick something up. So a lot of that kind of tends to change. But feel a pump, already feel a little out of breath, which is kind of funny. Just shows how bad my stamina has gotten when it's come to leg work over not doing it for 3 months. You kind of don't realize how quickly your stamina will go away. I can tell you right now, my left side does not contract and engage as tight as my right, and it feels a lot more or less stable. So it definitely is much underdeveloped versus my right. Now that can definitely come from standing on a ladder or walking up and down steps with like the same foot forward all the time. So like I kind of like step up on my right and then center with my left and then step up with my right over and over. So it kind of, I'm assuming that's probably created that imbalance that I'm feeling because I've been doing that for months in a row. So we got to work on that imbalance because we definitely don't want to be walking messed up. That creates hip problems, knee problems, ankle problems, lower back pain. Like all of that stuff will come from your hips being tight from one side to the other. But over time, that's how we fix all these little problems. Like you just gotta kind of feel your body parts from side to side. How does each one move? Do they move the same? Can you contract them as far as the other one? Things like that. And you'll start noticing where your problems kind of lie. And you'll be able to start figuring out how to fix them. So whether it's stretching one side a little more than the other, or holding down in the eccentric a little longer than the other, so that way you get that stretch down in the hole, like kind of where you start to bottom out and then kind of pull yourself a little deeper. Little things like that can help correct those little issues, make a big difference in the long run. But let's get this last set of kickbacks done and be out of, well, not out of here, but out of this. On next will be calf raises for us. Whew. Boy, oh boy. Man, I can feel that. My cheeks are pumped and not getting pumped. But with that now hits our glutes. So we've got in quad activation, some mild hamstring activation from our hack squats. We got a lot of hamstring activation doing deadlifts. They're actually pretty sore and tender, so we're not really trying to hit and get extra focus on those. That could also be another reason why today's hips just feel a little tight, is from doing back and buys together yesterday and then having to do legs today. Normally I'd have a day of recovery between back and legs, but because I was traveling on Monday and started working out on Tuesday, I put my arm day together on 2 other workouts. So instead of just bis and tris, it ended up being chest with tris and then back with bis, which is fine because we're only doing a handful of exercises each day. So it was just literally to get rid of that day for this week. And then we'll take tomorrow off as a rest day. And then Sunday will be a straight chest day. So then it'll go shoulders, back, arms, and legs again. And then a rest day and just keep rotating. So we're going to have 5 days on, 1 day off. So it's a 6-day schedule. So you're hitting everything every 6 days. That's the way I'm going to set it up. I don't think I need more than that at the moment. It's what I was doing beforehand and it was working out great. So we're going to go ahead and stay to that. Maybe at some point in time we'll go to a chest and tris, back and bis, legs, and then a lagging body part day and see what happens there. But for now, this is what we're going to knock out. So with that, let me get us set up for some calf raises. I think I'm going to go ahead and hit them on the barbell. That way I also have to balance and stuff while working on these calf raises. Already feeling a little fatigued. Feel a little sad about that, truthfully, that my stamina is just that bad now. But it is what it is. We'll get it back. We went ahead, got the bar up here, 25, so we got 95 pounds here on the bar. Nothing crazy. This is super light for calf raises, but we're going to go ahead and hit 3 sets, 15 reps, maybe 20 reps, but probably 15s. And that'll be it for the day. But overall, it feels adequate for the first leg day so far. Doesn't have to be anything special. We're just kind of feeling out what the body wants. So one thing I like doing, if I do calf raises flat on the ground, is I won't let my heel come all the way back down. We're already not going to get a big stretch because we're only able to go flat on the ground. I could grab a plate, stick my toes on and get deeper, but because I already can tell my ankles feel tight, I'm not going to work on trying to get that extra stretch today. I need to get a little stretching in on my ankles, get that Achilles to loosen up, the calves to loosen up, that thing to bend. But because of that, what I'll do is I'll hold my weight just shy of letting my heel touch. So that way that whole time I'm under tension. And it definitely increases the pump a whole lot. Makes it a little bit harder, but you want a little extra difficulty if you're not going to be able to hit that full range of motion. I can tell you right now, my shoulders are also very tight. It's kind of a stretch to get my hands behind the bar again. So, definitely going to have to work on that because the arms kind of want to sit here out front, but I'm having to really wrench them back to get them behind my neck there to hold the bar. So, that is, we're finding some issues out today in mobility for sure, which legs tend to kind of do for most people. But that ain't no big deal. Shoulder mobility, I've always been able to stretch that out pretty decently and correct that pretty quick. So that just means I got a little more stretching to do every morning. But let's go ahead and get this third set knocked out. What I am going to do is try to widen my grip a little bit, which will make it a little easier on the shoulders. Ooh. A little loss of balance there. Alrighty guys, well, so, again, nothing spectacular today, just kind of a little more stretching feeling under tension more or less. I do have a decent little pump in my quads, just from those 3 sets of 8. My glutes definitely have a decent pump from the kickbacks. Calves, they've got a pretty big pump actually. So, that's going to be it for today, even though it feels super short. It is, first day back. I don't want to do so much today that I literally just can't walk tomorrow and the day after because I've put myself in that situation. It's counterproductive. So I'm kind of feeling out where the soreness is going to be. Yesterday with back and biceps, lats are a little sore. Could do a little more lat work. Truthfully, probably add in a dumbbell row. And that'll put me right where I need to be right now on my back day. Arms, as for biceps, not very sore. We're definitely going to have to add like an isolated singular movement. We'll do either a cable curl from behind us, so we get a big stretch, or we'll do creature curls with the bench in some sort of fashion, whether it's with the cable, which is what I'm thinking we'll do so we get continuous tension. That'll help with the biceps. But yeah, I mean, chest-wise, still actually a little tender out here in the outer pecs, both sides, so that's nice. Triceps, still actually extremely sore, so that superset was monstrous, worked great. So that's where we're going to be for today. Tomorrow, just going to be a cardio day. So maybe we'll have some sort of little short talk about cardio and my plan on that. But with that, we're going to get out of here, guys. So make sure you're working towards your goals. Get out there, getting your stuff done. Most of all, just don't be a lazy fuck.